2025 New Speaking Questions for the IELTS. Speaking test about the topic of borrowing and lending things.
First, I'll give you some model answers to the questions. Then I'm going to highlight some of the high-level vocabulary that has been used in the model answers.
Questions and high-level model answers. Have you ever borrowed a book? Yes, many times. I often borrow books from friends or libraries because it's a cost-effective way to access a variety of reading material. I particularly enjoy borrowing novels that I wouldn't necessarily buy, as it lets me experiment with different genres. That said, I'm always meticulous about returning them in pristine condition. It's just common courtesy. Have you ever borrowed money from others? I have, though, only on rare occasions. For instance, I once borrowed money from a close friend to cover an unexpected expense, and I repaid it as soon as possible. I think borrowing money is a delicate matter. It's crucial to be responsible and honor any commitments made. It can really strain relationships if handled poorly. Do you like to lend things to others? I'm happy to lend things to people I trust, but I'm cautious about who I lend to. It's satisfying to help someone out in their time of need, especially if it's something like a book or a tool that I'm not using. However, I do expect the same level of care in return. Having to chase after someone for my belongings isn't ideal. How do you feel when people don't return things they borrowed from you? It's definitely frustrating, especially if the item has sentimental or practical value. I try to address it politely, but it can be awkward bringing it up repeatedly. Unfortunately, situations like this have made me more selective about lending, as it's not worth the hassle if people don't respect my belongings.
Now, let's have a look at some of the high-level vocabulary.
Vocabulary: awkward, feeling uncomfortable or embarrassed in a situation. Borrow: to take something temporarily with the intention of returning it. Chase after: to follow or pursue someone persistently, often to retrieve something. Commitments: promises or obligations to do something. Cost-effective: providing good value for the money spent. Courtesy: polite behavior that shows respect for others. Delicate: sensitive or requiring careful handling. Experimental: involving a trial or test to try something new. Frustrating: causing annoyance or impatience. Genre: a category of art, music, or literature. Honor: to show respect or fulfill an obligation. Meticulous: showing great attention to detail. Mutual: shared by two or more parties. Pristine: perfectly clean or in its original condition. Responsible: having a duty to deal with something or someone reliably. Selective: choosing carefully based on specific criteria. Sentimental: having emotional value or significance. Strain: tension or pressure, especially on relationships. Temporary: lasting for only a limited period of time. Trust: reliance on the integrity or ability of someone. Colloquial expressions: address it politely. To talk about a problem or issue in a respectful manner. Bringing it up: to mention or introduce a topic in conversation. Cover an unexpected expense: to handle a sudden and unplanned cost. Happy to help out: willing to assist someone when needed. In their time of need: when someone is experiencing difficulty and requires support. Isn't ideal, not the best or most desirable situation. It's not worth the hassle. Something is too inconvenient or troublesome to deal with. Made me more selective. Caused me to be more careful in making choices. Satisfying to help. Feeling pleased or content after assisting someone. To chase after someone. Persistently trying to retrieve or resolve something involving another person. List of ideas for talking about borrowing and lending things. Reasons for borrowing things. Lack of immediate access to something. Avoiding unnecessary purchases. Temporary need for an item. Reasons for lending things. Helping friends or family. Fostering trust and mutual support. Promoting goodwill and community spirit. Feelings about borrowing or lending. Gratitude when borrowing or receiving help. Frustration or disappointment when items aren't returned. Hesitation to lend due to past negative experiences. Cultural attitudes toward borrowing and lending. Norms about borrowing and returning. Cultural emphasis on sharing or independence.
If you found the video useful, give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to my channel so that you'll get updates when I release them. Best of luck preparing for your test.